welcome to my Christmas Blu-ray update. I was planning on doing one of these back home when I was there for Christmas, which was 2 days ago. But I spent all the Boxing Day travelling back here to Norway, which was probably one of the worst Boxing Days I've ever had. Well, kind of. There was something cool that happened at the beginning. But either way, Christmas Day, I was kind of just stressed out about leaving. Couldn't enjoy it as much as usual. There was still a nice Christmas. Hope you all had a nice Christmas too. Couldn't put up a video or anything. I just wasn't feeling it, and just didn't have time to film an update of all the stuff I got. Now, luckily I managed to bring most of it, and you can hear more about that on the RazorwireReviews podcast next week. We're bringing that back for the new year. But very quickly, some PS4 games, in case you haven't seen them already in the video I did. Alien Isolation. We have got a PS4 now. The Last of Us Remastered. Probably my favourite game of all time, actually. Watch Dogs, haven't played that yet. Same with Alien. Grand Theft Auto, probably in my top 10 favourite games of all time. And then this, WWE 2K15. So there you go. Those are the PS4 games. And now let's get straight into the Blu-rays. Oh, before I do, there are a few I couldn't bring. I bought the discs in this little wallet holder thingy. But I didn't bring the actual cases because I already brought so many. Most of them being Massive Cinema releases, but I'll get to the ones that aren't Massive Cinema first, in case you're not interested in those. But yeah, what did I get? I got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the Steelbook from Chris Blue 007. So thanks, man. Really appreciated that. Very nice gift. And a great film, one of my favourite films now, and the Steelbook's fantastic. I love it. I wasn't quite sure from the artwork, but I really did love it. So thanks for going out and grabbing that for me from HMV. It was a HMV exclusive. You've all seen it by now. I won't even bother putting a picture up. And then I got, I downloaded and watched a Hayao Miyazaki film called Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Fell in love with it and ordered the Steelbook from Zavvi with some money I had from selling some of my wrestling DVD collection, which I talked about in a couple of videos back. But yeah, so I ordered the Steelbook of that, and I also got the Steelbook of My Neighbor Totoro. Two fantastic films. I brought the Blu-rays of those. I also got the HMV exclusive, I think, anyway. Maybe not. No, I don't think it is, actually. Just the collector's or deluxe edition of The Wind Rises, which was another phenomenal film. So I brought the 3 Blu-rays of those films back, but not the cases, because, Steelbooks and collector's edition, I don't want to risk damaging them too much in transit. And there was something else as well, I think. Was there? No, that's it. Okay. So, moving on. First thing I have here, which is going to be a surprise for Connie as well, because she really wants this, or to see all the special features on this. It is The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug 3D Extended Edition. I'm really, it's really bothered me because I've been keeping this in good condition. I bubble wrapped it like to hell and back, and there's a, you can see that in focus. There's a big slash down there. Do you know what? It might have been the cat last night. Left it out in the open, didn't I? Thanks, Lily. Did you hear that then? That was her cleaning herself to say, yep, that was me. Anyway, well, it is what it is, It's not really, I don't like the 3D, there's no real 3D effect on this for me, it's just kind of, anyway, it's a cool cover. And of course you have the Black Armour inside with the 5 discs, the 3D edition, the extended edition, the commentary, the 10 hours of bonus features, awesome comment to get stuck into those. Here's the back as well. And it fits quite nicely together with the first extended edition of the Hobbit series. So I like that uniformity. So there we go. Yeah, and then finally, before we get on, there's one more. The Alfred Hitchcock. And again, I won't say who got me all these because there's so many people. I mean, I just asked for all Massive Cinema for Christmas. Alfred Hitchcock, the Masterpiece Collection. Look at that cover; it's just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And this is, I did want the one with the film reels, but I'm just never going to get that. So it comes in this book. Again, you've all seen it probably by this point, and I've been bugged by people to get it. So I'm finally going to get into Hitchcock. So move over this way so you can see very quickly. You get the original film poster, the original film poster, and then the disc here. And then you just got, I mean, it's just brilliant. You have almost all of his great films. Oh yeah, that's right. I also got the 3-disc, or the 3-film Warner Brothers box set, the Alfred Hitchcock collection, which has Strangers on a Train, Dial M for Murder, including the 3D version, and I think the 50th or 60th anniversary edition of North by Northwest. So I now have like pretty much all of his most famous films. This one has Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, Rope, The Trouble with Harry, Marnie, which I watched, Frenzy, Family Plot, Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Vertigo, The Birds, Torn Curtain, Topaz, and of course Psycho. So awesome. And then finally, before we get onto the massive cinema updates, Tokyo Story, part of the Ozu collection from BFI, dual format edition. Really want to see this. I mean, really, the 3 towering classics of Japanese cinema seem to be the films that released around 1953, 1954, when this one came out, 1953, which are Tokyo Story. I have the other 2 Blu-rays here actually, Tokyo Story, Getsu Monogatari, and Seven Samurai, from the 3 filmmakers, yes, Sujiro Ozu, Kenji Mizoguchi, and Akira Kurosawa. So this is the one I haven't seen yet. This is one of the most famous films in Japanese cinema history, so I can't wait to watch that. So brilliant stuff. Alright, now I've got a ton of massive cinemas here, just a massive load, and I've kind of been a nerd and put them in number of their spine, but because they're stacked as such, I'm going to do it in reverse order. So most of these I haven't even seen, so I've got a ton of great watching ahead of me, but you know, I'll just briefly go through them, I guess. First one is Spy Number 97, Diary of a Lost Girl. Can't wait to see this one. It's a really recent release, judging by the Spy Number 97. This is from G.W. Pabst, and German silent film from 1929. I'm all about silent films, all about the 20s, and I really love German silent films as well, so I can't wait to check that one out in particular. Then we have Spy Number 96, another really recent release, Youth of the Beast. Kind of a Yakuza film, as far as I'm aware, by Seijun Suzuki. It's from 1963, and I've heard pretty good things about this. It's just a kind of a fun kind of, again, Yakuza kind of film. And then we have Spy Number 92, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Really looking forward to this one, another German silent film from the 20s, and 1920 in fact, and this is kind of a real classic horror film, an expressionistic masterpiece, as it says in the back here, so that's another one I'm dying to see. This one is one of the rare ones in this deck that I have seen, and it is one of my favorite, it's in my top 20 favorite films of all time. It's Spy Number 91. It's Fritz Lang's epic Frau Immond, Woman in the Moon. I just love that cover, it's amazing. Oh, just brilliant. 1929, I believe. Yep, and just an absolute classic. And the Blu-ray's, oh, the Blu-ray's amazing. Definitely invest in that one. Give it a blind buy if you're into silent cinema. I wouldn't say, excuse me, I wouldn't say that's a good entry point into silent cinema. And shout out to the person who liked to point out that I suppress burps in videos. Yeah, well, at least I'm trying to suppress them, unlike some people. Spy Number 84 next. It is a film by Lindsay Anderson, If, which also, I think, stars Mark McDowell, right? Yep, and this is 1969. I'm supposing it's a British film. And again, I don't know much about it. I know the basic plot, but I've heard very good things about it, particularly from James Merchant, who has told me again and again to go for this one, so there you go. Number 83, this one makes me think about Thomas Pollock, because I think he made a video about it, or he was talking about it or something. I remember him talking about it. And it is Harold and Maude, Spy Number 83. Really interested in this one, and this is from 1971, and yeah, another good one that I'm looking forward to checking out. This one I've seen as well. I love this film. It's just one of the best visual films I've ever seen. It's 1926. Spy Number 78. It is a film by F.W. Murnau. Faust. Just incredible. The visuals in this film for the year, you know, 1926. It's just absolutely incredible. Really is. I mean, this stands up to me next to Metropolis as one of the great silent films. It just, a great story, great visuals, great acting, great fairy tale. I think I've shown this before. I'm not quite sure, but I got this from. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's been in an update yet. either way, it's Spy number 77. Got this from Ross, RazorwireReviews, Wings, and this was the film that won the Oscar for the Best Picture, the first one. First ever Academy Award winner for Best Picture in 1927/1928. This came out in 1927, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about this one. Now we have 3 films that were in the Martin Scorsese Presents World Cinema Foundation Volume 1, I think. I didn't bring the box or the big book, just 3 films that came with it. First one is Dry Summer, number 73. The next one is Trances, number 74. I know very little about these films other than that they're quite obscure and probably would never have seen a Blu-ray release, let alone a dual format release, unless Martin Scorsese was kind of behind it. And this one is Revenge, and it is number 75 in the collection. So I brought the films, but not the whole box set. Next we have number 62 in the collection. It is Le Pont du Nord, and this is a French film from 1981. And again, this one just seems really interesting to me. It seems like a very simple concept, but one I think I'll enjoy a lot. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to all of these. I keep saying that. I mean, I really am. And this one I'm really looking forward to, even though I know I'm not going to enjoy it that much. But it goes back to what I say about me wanting to have own all of these in the collection. It's a part of film history, you know, and I like owning that in some weird way. And this one is number 52, and it is D.W. Griffith's The Birth of a Nation. I just love that cover as well. And this is, especially a very controversial film. Came out in 1915. It is over 3 hours long, but I mean, these Blu-rays are just incredible. On this, you get like 7 Civil War short films directed by D.W. Griffith. In the Border States from 1910, The House with the Closed Shutters 1910, The Fugitive 1910, His Trust 1911, His Trust Fulfilled 1911, Swords and Hearts 1911, and The Battle 1911. Documentary on the making of the film. It's just brilliant. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, but I know it's going to be a slog, but I think it's going to be an important one to watch. And now we have 3 steelbooks, which just happen to be quite close to each other in the spine numbers. This one's 45, a film by Billy Wilder, The Lost Weekend. Really wanted to see this one for ages. I've loved the look of this steelbook ever since it came out a couple of years ago. Saw it in HMV, but it was always too expensive. I just like the look of the cover. I think it's great. And this is a 1945 film. And really want to get into the work of Billy Wilder, because I watched Double Indemnity this year and just fell in love with it. So, he's kind of one of those classic Hollywood directors from that kind of golden era, I guess. And that should be a good one. This is a really nice steelbook, number 32. It is Island of Lost Souls. It creeped me out when I first saw it in HMV, but now that I'm kind of more into this kind of thing, I really look forward to checking it out. It is 1932. And yeah, it's a screen adaptation of H.G. Wells' The Island of Dr. Moreau. And yeah, it's kind of not really a horror film, but there's kind of horror elements, I think. But yeah, Island of Lost Souls. And I almost have all of the steelbooks now. Finally, number 30. This was also from Rossi Boy 19. Lifeboat from Alfred Hitchcock. More Alfred Hitchcock, that's always good. And this is, does it say Spy number 30? And it is released in 1944. All takes place on this lifeboat, I think. So I love kind of one location films, and Hitchcock doing one of those I think is only going to be fantastic. And Rope is a great example of that. So there you go. And now all I really need is Repo Man, and I have all the steelbooks except for the original Metropolis. Which I don't think I'll ever get, unfortunately. I still want it, but the new steelbook is coming out, and I will be getting that with Christmas money. So, moving on, get the last load here done, number 24. This is a lot, I know, but that's all I asked for Christmas, and picked up a few myself in the Black Friday sale. Number 24, The Ballad of Nariyama. I love the idea of this one. I've read the plot, I think it sounds great, and it came out in 1983, Japanese film by Shohei Imamura, who has a lot of films in the collection, so hopefully I like him because his work, because again, a lot of his films have been released by Eureka. This one might be one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Number 20 is Harakiri Seppuku, and it stars an actor who's been in quite a few films I've seen by Akira Kurosawa that I've loved his performances in, so I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Samurai film from 1962. And yeah, Tetsuya yeah, he's a great actor, and I think he'll be great in this, and I've only heard good things, so Harakiri. And I'm a big fan of Japanese cinema as well, obviously. Oh, this one feels really weighty. The booklet must be... Oh no, the booklet's 36 pages. Well, anyway, it feels like it's a lot heavier than the other ones. It is Spy Number 15, a film by Leo McCarey, and Orson Welles once said of this film, "Oh my god, that's the saddest movie ever made." So this would be interesting to watch. Make Way for Tomorrow. And again, I've read the plot, like the sound of it. I'm not going to go into detail with these, you know, I'm probably going to be talking about them in future videos anyway, but yeah, number 15 in the collection, and it's released in 1937, so there you go. Moving down, number 17 in the collection, La Signora Senia. It's the kind of, the title is in kind of cursive. I can't quite make out the okay, I got it. La Signora Senza Camilli, a film by Michelangelo Antonioni, from 1953. I think the cover's really cool. I really like the look of this actress. She used to have quite an alluring look to her, and I think it's about an actress, I think. Yeah, she finds a chance cast in a small movie role, and so again, I just stopped there and I just want to watch it, you know. It looks really intriguing to me, and yeah, I really look forward to this one. Again, I'm looking forward to all of them. This one admittedly was one I looked at and I was never really that intrigued by, but I'm trying to get more of the earlier ones so they don't go out of print or anything. This is Spy Number 12. It's from 2004, yeah, Chinese film, and it is The World. And it's about, I think, this kind of, not a theme park, but kind of a theme attraction where there's kind of miniature models of, like, excuse me, miniature models of the world, basically, like, you know, cities and things like that. So, you know, I have faith in the Masters Cinema. I've yet to watch a release by them I haven't at least really enjoyed, so, you know, I'm looking forward to giving it a shot at some point. Spy Number 11, another Shohei Imamura film, Vengeance is Mine. And yeah, Spy Number 11, released in 1979. Supposed to be a really good one. Criterion also released this. And the last few, we have Spy Number 7, Soul Power, which always goes for really cheap, so I bought it when it was like super cheap. And this is a documentary from 2008, compiled entirely from footage shot in 1974 at the astonishing Back to Africa 3-day music festival, Zaire 74, which was held in Kinshasa ahead of the biggest boxing event of all time, the Muhammad Ali George Foreman Rumble in the Jungle. I remember seeing clips of this in a film about the Rumble in the Jungle, so looking forward to that. I'm a big fan of James Brown and that kind of music, so I think it'll be a fun one to check out. Number 6, La Planète Sauvage, aka Planet, a Fantastic Planet, an animated film from 1970, I think. Yeah, 1973. The back cover's beautiful, awesome stuff, and yeah, French film, and yeah, should be interesting to see an animated film in the collection. Now we have probably the most important one of the lot. It's Spy Number 4, Une Femme Marie. A big thank you to James Merchant, who has kind of been looking out for this for me. And you know, he kind of picked it up for me basically, and really appreciate that, man. And again, I'll talk to you later about that, you know, sorting out the money and stuff, because it wasn't cheap, you know. It was actually, this goes for stupid money, but he found it for, you know, quite expensive but not ridiculous, you know, as it usually is. So I'm going to pay him back, and but yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate this so much, because this is the one that's like out of print, really hard to find. And yeah, Spy Number 4, 1964. A French film, and hopefully I really like it, because this is the one I've been kind of trying to hunt down for like the better part of this year, so really caps off Christmas for me. And yeah, just thanks again, man, really appreciate that. 2 more to go. We have Spy Number 3, Tokyo Sonata, film by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, no relation to Akira Kurosawa, and this is from 2008, Japanese film. And I don't really know too much about this one, but it's Japanese, so definitely interested in it. And the last one is one that I know Matt Kistler was not a fan of when he got it. It's Spy Number 2, and it is Mad Detective, a Chinese film, I believe. Yeah, it comes from Hong Kong, 2007, and yeah, I'm interested in checking this one out just because Matt kissed the two he didn't like it. So yeah, that should be fun. Mad Detective. And there you go. I got a lot of films to watch. So hope you all had a good Christmas. Hope you all got the Blu-rays that you wanted. I definitely got more than I wanted on more than one occasion at Christmas. I was saying you shouldn't have got me that many. I mean, but I guess that's kind of the cool thing, that some of these are kind of, they go quite cheap sometimes. So I guess it's you know, you can get more of them, I guess. But it was a pain in the arse bringing them over, to say the least. I was going to just bring the discs, but I'll get into that on the podcast next Thursday. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that whole story, or the story of you know, my trip back home. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with the next video, which might be a PS4 gameplay video. So, see ya.
He says he's really cool, but I think he's a tool. Even though I'm sure he's a quite nice guy, really. He's a quite nice guy, really.